All right, this is just a quick video to talk about how to fix an issue that occasionally happens to the Sony RX100 line of cameras. So in my case, I had the camera on a tripod and it fell off a table and dropped like 3 feet or something to the ground. And normally these are supposed to do a little screen rotation thing where if you flip them up like this, the image like rotates 180 degrees and then it's right side up. So if you have it in selfie mode and then when you pop it back down, it will detect the rotation and flip back into a normal orientation. After the drop, mine was rotated upside down when it was in this flip down position, and then when I flipped it up, it would rotate to be upside down again. So it was like in the wrong orientation for both positions. I took the back of the camera apart when that initially happened, looking for what could be causing it, and correctly determined that it's a magnetic-based rotation that's happening. So you can see right there's a little slot for that magnet down there to go into, and I assumed that was the magnet causing the rotation. But what I just discovered, that is not the magnet causing the rotation. If you look right down under that plastic piece, right there, there's another magnet there, and I'm not going to get too close to it because I might pull it out. That magnet has to be in the right rotation, and it's pretty easy, especially if this gets banged up and comes a little bit loose, for that to like flip around and get off rotation. So the way to fix this is to take it apart. You have to take this back panel off. There are 3 screws, one there, one there, one there, and then 2 more on the edge of the bezel here and here. And then you can take this cover off. And then there's a little plastic piece here that's kind of loose. You can see me wiggling it around a little bit here. That houses that main magnet that's just for snapping the screen back to the body, nothing else. And then the rotation sensing magnet right there. On my camera, there should be another little plastic piece that goes right in here, which has broken. But yeah, you can kind of see, I just set that back in place. And I think this would normally work to hold this in place, but you can see there's a little crack there. And so the magnet is not held as securely in place. Anyway, once I got the right rotation, it's working. I need to reassemble it all. I'm going to glue it back in place with some hot glue to help sort of reinforce this and make sure it doesn't shift around again. And then put the plate back on. And then after the fact, I will show you that it is indeed working. Okay, it took a bit to get the pieces all hot glued in place, but as you can see, it's all kind of attached in there. I would probably recommend something other than hot glue. Super glue might work well if you can control it. Maybe a gel super glue or some kind of epoxy, but like a really fine epoxy. You basically just need something that will be pretty thin and easy to control where it goes, but super glue worked for me. And as you can see, I popped this back into place and no rotation. Finally, such a relief after like years of this thing not working properly. And then we flip it into selfie mode and you can see it flips the right way around. So all that is left to do now is reinstall that back case and it'll be good to go. One thing, I don't know if this is going to matter, but like it might be important to get the orientation of this big magnet correct. Since this back plate, actually this back plate is non-metallic, so this orientation might not even matter. I was going to say maybe the orientation would mess with the sensor. I kind of doubt it will, but just in case, I did make sure that the side that's currently facing up is the same polarity as the side of this magnet that's currently facing up, so that their magnetic fields will be aligned. I really don't think that's going to be an issue, but I would rather not have to take this apart again. So let's go ahead and get it put back together now. All right, let's get this thing put back together. We've got this, which goes in there. I'm going to flatten that a tiny bit. Yeah, there we go. these screws along the bottom. This one might be a little trickier to screw into just because of all the hot glue, but it seems to be working fine. Cool. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Can't forget the 2 screws along the top of the bezel here. And then the last one. All right, and pull these all out of the way so that I can just all right, so it's not a perfect repair. As you can see, that corner there kind of sticks up a bit, and if I fold the camera in, it kind of sticks out more than it really needs to. If I went and redid that with something other than super glue, I'm sure that would solve the problem. But most importantly, camera rotation not flipped. If you flip it around, it works properly. So really nice to have this thing working again properly after so many years of it not working. Hopefully this helps a few people.